It has been 403 days since I started investing in Vanguard's VOO, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at how my investment has performed since that time. Now, when I say it's been 403 days, I'm talking about 403 trading days. But if we take a look at the calendar, it's been roughly 20 months since I started investing in this brand new portfolio that I started back in January of 2024. Now, since we started investing in this position, we have seen tremendous movement to the upside over the last 20 months or so. We've seen peaks and valleys in the market, but lately the market has continued to trend to the upside. All right, now before we jump in and take a look at how my investment has been performing in VOO, I just wanted to quickly go through some of the top holdings in this index fund so you have a good idea of what we're investing in. So taking a look at the top 15 investments in this index fund, we have Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and Meta. Now, there are several others that are listed on here, but I just wanted to quickly go over the top 5 holdings. And if you take a look to the right, you'll see the percentage, the weighted amount of this asset within this fund. Now, if you've been paying attention to the stock market, then you know most of these stocks that are listed right here on this screen right here have been experiencing all-time highs over the past 12 to 18 months, which has allowed VOO to continue to hit all-time highs. All right, so now we're taking a look at my investment in VOO, and at the very top left, you will see that I am up $291.15, and my overall investment in VOO is now up 14.3%. So the last time that we've reviewed my investment in VOO, we were under 10% on how much we were up in our investment. But over the past month or so, we have seen the market continue to hit all-time highs. And now we are up almost 15% in our investment. And if you take a look to the right on the daily P&L, you'll see that my account is down $5.29 or 0.23% today. So based on the overall performance of my investment, I'm extremely satisfied when I see that 14.3% that I'm up in this investment. Now, if we take a look right below that, we'll see that we have a market value of $2,327.07, and we have a total cost, which is the total amount that we've invested in VOO, of $2,035.92. Keep in mind that I do get a dividend every single quarter from VOO, and it is automatically reinvested back into my position, which is why the cost is showing $2,035.92. And if you take a look to the right, you'll see the average price that I've been able to purchase VOO is $511.29. And then if you take a look to the third row here, you'll see that I have an overall quantity of 3.98 shares of VOO, which I'm almost at 4 full shares. And then right beside that, you'll see the position ratio. I'm at 42% of my total portfolio is invested in Vanguard's VOO. Now, keep in mind, I have 2 other investments in this portfolio, but I have been investing in VOO the longest out of the 3 investments, which is why it makes up the largest percentage of my overall portfolio. And then the last price that VOO was trading at prior to close today was $584.41. So if you take a look at my average price of $511.29 that I've been able to purchase VOO at, and the last price that VOO was trading at today at market closing was $584.41. So if you take a look right above that, you'll see that our average price of $511, and we are now trading near $585 per share. All right, on this screen right here, we see that VOO opened today's trading at $586.03. We have a 52-week high. So the very first line in the second column shows that the highest price that VOO has traded at in the last 1 year is $588.16. And the 52-week low, which is right below that, is $441.44, which was earlier in the year whenever the market pulled back. Now, if we take a look at this chart right here, we're looking at a daily chart for VOO. And as you can see that we continuously move to the upside hitting all-time highs. Now, we have seen the market pull back a little bit only to rebound and continue to surge to the upside. So even though it seems like there are some indications that we may start to pull back, and this is generally around the time where the market starts to cool off around September, but I haven't seen anything that is leading me to believe that we're going to see that trend continue in 2025. Now, I do believe that the Fed is planning to meet in September, and there is a potential for a rate cut on the table at that time. If the Fed decides to cut rates, I think that the market is going to continue to surge and hit all-time highs. If the Fed comes back and they decline to lower interest rates, we could see the market start to stall and maybe slightly pull back, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But regardless of what the market does, we're just going to continue to invest every single day into this position, regardless of direction. All right, so now I'm going to take a look at the dividends that I have received in VOO since I started investing in it back in January of 2024. And the very first dividend that I received was on March 27th of 04, and it was in the amount of 97 cents. And then the next quarter, I received my second dividend, which was $2.36. And then I received a dividend of $3.18, then $4.34. And then I received a dividend of $5.60. And the last dividend that I received, which was back in July of 2025, was $6.47. So I have a total amount of dividends received is $22.92. And like I had previously mentioned, that amount was reinvested back into my investment in VOO. Now, I know $22.92 is not a lot of money, and it's not, but it's still money that I earned on my investment in VOO, and it allows me to reinvest that money back into this position. So over time, my dividend will continue to grow. And with every dividend payout, it's going to give me that much more that I can invest back into this position. So as of right now, I am not concerned about the amount of dividends that I am receiving for this investment. Keep in mind, I'm only investing $5 a day. However, I do have two other investments in this portfolio that I'm investing in, and I receive a dividend for each one of those investments as well. And over time, as I continue to get dividends reinvested back into my position, it's only going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on. About 2 weeks ago, I dropped an update on my overall portfolio and how it's been performing since January of 2024. At the conclusion of that video, I did mention that I had selected a fourth investment that I'm now going to be investing in inside of this portfolio. And I'm going to be investing $10 a day into Bitcoin. I'm not going to be using Webull for that investment. I'm going to actually be using Robinhood, and I'm going to be investing $10 every single day into Bitcoin using the Robinhood app. Now, when I went into Robinhood, I noticed that when I selected an auto purchase of Bitcoin in that app, it did not allow me to select a daily purchase for Bitcoin. So I had to set that up as a weekly purchase. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing $50 every single week into Bitcoin. That purchase will be made every Friday. So I've been making that purchase for about 2 weeks now, I think 2, maybe 3 weeks. And I'm going to be giving an update on how my investment is going in Bitcoin. And after about 6 or 8 weeks, I want to give it a little bit of time for that portfolio to get rolling. And then I'm going to give you guys an update of how that investment is performing as well. I selected Bitcoin because I wanted to diversify my portfolio a little bit. So I've got VOO, which represents the S&P 500. I have Vanguard's VGT, which is heavily tech focused, and it's an aggressive growth ETF. And then I have Charles Schwab's SCHD, and that is a dividend focused index fund. So I wanted to make sure that I added an investment that would complement those other three. So as of right now, I've got 4 total investments. I'm investing a total of $35 every single day. It's on autopilot, and I don't really have to go in and do anything on either one of those accounts. All right, guys, what do you think of my 403-day update in Vanguard's VOO? Did you think I'd have more in my account or less? And I'd also like to get your feedback on my account being up 14.3% in this particular investment. I think it's pretty solid, but I'd like to get your feedback on that. And then I'd also like to know, what are your thoughts on me selecting Bitcoin as the 4th investment to add to my portfolio? Did I make the right choice, or would you have selected something different? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.